And we might as well just cover that now. What the hell? So what is the news on Sean Magee and Michigan coming for all the smoke 2025? Hillman out there committing murders. Marmar and GT both asked, so I'm just going to throw this out now. There is some talk that due to the Navy athletic director retiring, that is Sean Magee's dream job. Sean Magee dreams of being in the administration in the Navy, and there could be a need for a new football GM.
Yeah. So as we told you guys literally 2 months ago, that teams were looking into Sean Magee. We talked about how, his contract, quite honestly, is not even competitive these days to some of the top contracts in the GM space in college football. So that's something that we were kind of giving you guys a heads up on. And it's now come to fruition that Navy is one of the programs that have been poking around, showing some interest in Sean Magee, as Sean Magee previously was with Navy. And this is a dream, which is interesting. As Michigan fans were like, Navy, like they're not even on our, like that athletic program is nowhere near our level. You don't have the donors we do. You don't have the resources we do. You don't have the brand or that, so like as a Michigan fan, it seems kind of wild that he would want to go to Navy. But let's just also clarify this. No decision has been made yet. It's just what we are reporting is that there is interest from Navy to have Sean Magee, and there has been a word that Sean Magee has always really wanted to be the athletic director of Navy. So he's still the athletic director of Michigan, or I'm sorry, I'm not athletic director. Forgive me. The general manager. He is still the general manager for Michigan.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, until it happens, it's not, but we do want to like get you guys up to date. What's going on, what we're hearing, what's the word. And at this current juncture, he's still the general manager of Michigan. And from my understanding is if he were to jump to Navy, Michigan feels confident that they can fill the role with somebody very, someone that they feel can execute it very well. So very competent for the position. And I'm sure they could, because there's not many general like the general manager role, guys, is like the new hotness, because it allows these professionals who are climbing the ladder to get their hands on building and constructing a roster with a salary cap, with donors, with revenue share, scouting, the whole thing, right? It really it's a nice warm up or prep practice for becoming a real NFL general manager or getting into a higher rank in an NFL office. So these are really hot positions. Michigan has arguably it really is one of the best general manager roles, considering the NIL resources, considering the brand, considering being a blue blood, etc. So yeah, Michigan's not too concerned there. The one thing I do find interesting, John, but it's something we're gonna have to watch here, is does Michigan up the Sean Magee contract? Because this would be the time. And if they do up the Sean Magee contract, I think he stays. If they do not, then I think it's potentially possible he moves to Navy, but we'll see, because it hasn't happened yet. This is all speculation. Let's make that very clear. It's just something we're gonna have to monitor.
Yeah, for sure. GT, of course, asking the tough question. Maybe Navy is demanding we send them Sean Magee because they gave us Stallions, in an exchange there.
Trade for trade. Yeah. I'll say this. I mean, obviously he has a background with Navy. I mean, it makes sense. But we'll just have to see what comes of it. We'll have to see. We're in wait and see mode. I do find it interesting that this isn't something that just happened. That's what's really interesting about this. This has been something where things have been happening behind the scenes, and now it's becoming more public on what team it is and how much the interest. Apparently Navy's very interested, like very, it's like one of their main candidates. So we'll just have to kind of see how it plays out.
Well, and Michigan and Navy will be in a fight to see how they can benefit Sean Magee the most.